Revelation, chapter 20, verse 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man, according to their works. So we can know that God will favor Richard and Ruth Hastor because of all the good works to which they devoted their lives. And the only sadness we should feel is for their lovely daughter, Rebecca.
Are you ready?
Yep. All set.
Well, now that should attract some attention.
Too much?
Or too little, but you're not dressing for your mother. And for the boys, it's perfect.
I was hoping to attract men, not boys.
Father, say goodnight to your little girl.
Wow. You make me want to stand up and kiss you.
Anything I can get for you while I'm out? Well, I'll be back at 10 to help you put Dad to bed.
No, you won't. You haven't been out for weeks.
Months.
For once, your father's right, and you'll barely be gone if you come back at 10. So I'll see you at 11.
At the latest.
At the earliest.
$11.
Ruth, I think there's a gas leak.
Don't leave now. I was just getting tired of looking at you.
That's a strange thing to say.
I was just getting tired of looking at you and getting ready to ask you to dance.
I don't think so.
That's what I like to see. A girl who likes to lead.
I don't know.
Yeah, yes you do.
You were such a nice daughter to them, my dear.
Wherever they are, I know they'll miss you.
Wasn't that better than a night at home with the folks?
If you need anything, just give me a call, honey.
Sorry.
So sorry.
Yeah, we're all very sorry.
Wasn't that better than a night at home with the folks?
She may need therapy.
You're right.
So, you beat us home.
whacked me some with that door, Becky. Wish you hadn't have done that.
Aren't you coming to bed?
No, I'm gonna wait up for Rebecca.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I said I was sorry.
It's a little too late for that now, isn't it, Becky?
Sorry, I almost hit you.
You don't have to be sorry for almost hitting me. Now, if you'd hit me, I'd hope you'd be extremely fucking sorry. Could I get a ride?
I'm going to my parents' cottage.
Cool. I've got one on Shady Side Drive.
It's close to mine. Hop in.
All right. I haven't seen you around the lake before.
Haven't been here in a while. Dad got too sick to travel. We used to come up here every summer when I was little.
Folks aren't up here now?
Hope not.
Look out!
Sorry about that.
You mind driving a little slower?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hope that's true.
What?
Never mind. Well, I haven't been up here long. You like it up here, or Just coming up to get away.
I used to like it. What about you?
Well, honestly, I couldn't hack it in the city. Came here to regroup. Slower paced out here, you know? Closer to nature. Lonelier. I like that about it.
You like being lonely?
No, not exactly. But I'm alone now, so I'm trying to make the most of it.
You don't have to be alone to be lonely.
No, that's true. Isn't this the term?
Oh, yeah. Stan, have you ever seen something that wasn't there?
No. Have you?
No. Never. So, here we are.
You forgot to drop me off at my place.
I'm sorry. Get in, I'll take you.
No, it's all right. It's not far.
No, it was my mistake. Hop in.
No, Rebecca. Look. Do me a favor. Don't be sorry anymore today. You don't have to be.
I'll see you around.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good night, Stan.
Good night, Rebecca.
Views in the basement.
I saw you go in, but then the lights never came on, so I got worried.
How'd you get in? I always did forget to check that.
Well, if I got in, anyone else could have too. What is it?
My father. I forgot that was here. It was a spare one. Come on, there's no one here. Let's go. It's getting late. Wait.
I guess this means I really will be seeing you around.
It means you can have hope.
That's always a good thing. If you need anything, I'm just around the corner and up the hill. Okay?
Okay. Hello. Hey, be careful there. Water's deep.
It's okay. I'm a strong swimmer.
Sorry, I can see that. I'm Becky. What's your name? So what are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Well, I was out for a run.
I love to run. What do you do?
I've been taking care of my parents the last few years.
Taking care of your parents? That's weird. Aren't they supposed to take care of you?
Well, they used to, but it became my turn.
I'm never going to do that.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Nothing. I'm grown up enough already. I'm not going to go any older.
That's a great idea. I should have thought of that.
Too late for you now. I'm tired. I'm going home. See you later.
Bye. Charming little brat, just like I used to be.
Hey! Get away from there!
I'm sorry, the float was bobbing.
Well, you must have scared them away.
Thought I saw you here earlier.
Yeah, how much early?
I don't know, a little over an hour ago.
Wasn't here.
Well, I was running by and I yelled hello.
Look, this is a private dock. Get lost or I'll call the sheriff.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing there?
Yeah, come over here and help us.
Just a dream. Just a dream, I guess. Hey.
Hey, Rebecca. I brought supper.
Oh, come on, don't look that way. I can cook.
I'm sorry, I already ate.
Well, I've got something better. You look like you're running out of arguments, but still aren't convinced. You also look alone and depressed or upset about something. Now, I've known some people who like to be alone and depressed just so they can be depressed and alone. But I don't think that's your deal. Look, I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be assuming things like that. Maybe you really do need to be alone right now.
Wait, no. I'd like some company. Come on in.
So do you mind if I eat?
No. And I have a confession to make. I haven't eaten yet either.
So you lied.
Well, yeah.
I'm liking you better all the time. Can I use your bathroom? What do you think about skinny dipping? It's time for dessert.
I thought that was the appetizer.
It was. But now, it's the dessert. I heard it, but it was nothing. Okay, how about I heard it, but it was nothing to worry about?
Okay. Why don't we go outside? It's a lovely night. Can't see the stars at all where I live now.
Well, they've been out here waiting for you. I bet they missed you.
What did you think stars were as a kid?
I don't know. Stars, planets, other galaxies.
Really?
Well, my parents didn't go in for the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus either.
That's too bad. They robbed you of your childhood magic.
Reality can be magic. The light from those stars is reaching us millions of years after it left the suns and galaxies that made it. Some of them, maybe many of them, are light from worlds that are dead now, but they still shine on. I remember trying to pay attention every night to see if I ever noticed one wink out. But I never did.
They just go on.
What's wrong, Rebecca?
You call me Becky. My parents used to call me Rebecca.
Sure, Becky.
Why don't you tell me about your troubles?
No, no. You're already crying. Being here with you takes care of most of mine anyway.
like you, Stan. And I really liked kissing you just then. But maybe what I need right now is a friend.
I'll be your friend whether we're lovers or not.
The two aren't the same.
You know, you're right. They're not. My parents fought all the time, yelling and screaming. The only time they weren't going at it that way was when they were lovers. All I've ever wanted was to be some woman's best friend and lover.
Let's go for a swim.
The water's cold at night. Oh. You're just hoping it'll cool me down.
Maybe the cold water turns me on. Come on in.
You know, guys have certain parts on the outside that are susceptible to cold.
Oh, it's actually warm.
Really?
Really?
Oh! Freezing!
I'm a liar, remember? It's what you said you liked about me.
Oh, right. Gotcha!
No, you didn't.
Why'd you scream?
I was lying again.
No, sorry. Screams don't lie. Ouch!
What is it?
Something bit me.
Could be a piranha or a shark. Lake's loaded with both.
I'm serious. Something's grabbing at me.
Okay, Stan. I fell for it once. Come on.
Stan, hurry! Come out!
What's wrong? What is it?
Hurry! Call the police!
Anything?
Nothing yet.
How closely did you see this body, Miss Hester?
This close, and he was dead.
Please step back, ma'am. Contrary to what you might think, bodies sink first and only rise a day or so later as gases begin to form inside the body as it starts to decompose. So if we don't find your man, it could be that long or longer before he finds us, so to speak.
But I already told you, I was reaching around underwater for Stan, and... Where'd he go?
Who?
Stan. He was with me when it happened. He's the one who called you. He'll back me up on all this.
You're not talking about Stan James, are you?
I don't know his last name.
Take my advice. Stay away from Stan James.
Why? What'd he do?
Nothing. According to the law. But as much as I'd like to see him, he'd really rather not see me.
I don't understand what any of this has to do with what I've been trying to tell you for the last hour.
You're right. It probably has zero to do with it. Could you take me to where you first saw your missing dead man? So the first time you saw him, you were jogging way up on that hill there?
Yes.
Then when you came back, you saw him up close, but up close he looked completely different, even though he was still fishing in the same spot.
So you're saying...
I'm only suggesting.
That it was the same man both times? That I just couldn't tell because I was so far away the first time?
Well, that's what pops into my head as being the case, unless you have another explanation. Well, of course, there is another explanation. I mean, as a little kid, someone must have told you the story.
No.
Well, this lake's artificial. A dam was built in 1928 to back up the water and flood the valley. When they did, they covered a town. Story goes that there's an old man's house out there under about 40 feet of water. Old man kept coming back here to fish. Years pass, he goes senile. Forgets everything except this spot. He got so he just never left. They say in the winter, his line would freeze solid in the ice. He'd just be standing here, icicles hanging from his chin. Some say it's because of something he did out in that house. Some guilty secret now trapped forever beneath the lake.
What happened to him?
Yeah, one spring day, he caught a fish so big, pulled him right off the dock into the water. His body was never found. Legend is that every 13 years he comes back to this cove to claim another victim.
Why every 13 years?
13's unlucky. Wouldn't be a local spook story without a black cat of the number 13 in it.
Has anyone else ever died in this cove?
Not until now. According to you. That was a lot of 13 years ago, if you know what I mean. Say, you know anything about fishing?
No.
I suck at it. I never caught a thing. Whoa!
Be careful.
Whoa! I gotta take this home to eat. Oh, Miss Haster. Remember, stay away from Stan James. Jury found him innocent, but if you ask me, he killed his father up here last year.
What do you think you're doing?
Playing.
How'd you get in here?
The screen door in the breezeway is opened. I come in here all the time. I don't like it at home.
Well, that's where you're going.
Where do you live?
I don't like it that I won't tell you.
Fine. We'll just drive around until we stumble on it by accident then. No, you don't.
But I'm tired.
You can only sleep in your own bed tonight.
Okay, stop here.
Wait a minute!
Isn't this fun?
I thought this is where you live.
It is.
Thank you. I saw you here earlier and yelled hello, but you didn't hear me. I'm sure glad you did now.
What's wrong? I heard you screaming.
Unless you want to find out, you better come with me.
What is it? Someone after you?
You shouldn't have left me alone like that when the police arrived. They treated me like I was crazy.
The sheriff has it in for me.
He told me. He told me you killed your father and then disappeared.
Do I look like I could kill my own father?
Do I?
No. Look. The sheriff is involved in a drug smuggling ring.
You think the sheriff killed your father?
He might have. Or one of his drug associates.
Wait, don't let go of me.
All right. I won't.
Listen, I believe you didn't kill your father. Because I believe I killed both my parents.
But you didn't mean to do it.
Doesn't matter, they're still dead. And either they're after me, or I'm going crazy under the strain. I don't know, but I had to leave there. And this is the only place I've ever been happy.
Becky, I saw the razors by the tub earlier. Please don't hurt yourself.
I almost ran you over trying to finish myself off yesterday. Seems like I have a knack for taking people with me.
Don't talk that way. How do you know that if you'd have stayed home, you wouldn't have been killed by the gas tube?
I'd really like to fall asleep in your arms tonight. But please don't make any moves on me. Because of what happened, I'm not really able to be with anyone sexually right now.
Don't worry. You've got me too scared to think about sex. There's something wrong at this lake. I don't know what it is, but it's out there, waiting for us.
So tell me more about what they looked like.
There were 4 of them. Mom, Dad, 2 brothers.
And the boat was blue and white.
Yeah. How'd you know?
The family did drown in a blue and white fishing boat here. 50 years ago. Who are you waving to?
That little girl.
My dad was sheriff then. He told me the story. He said it was the worst thing he ever had to deal with. They never found the bodies. That was the worst part of it all.
I'm sorry I was mean to you on the dock yesterday. Let me in. No, wait, listen. You found me and tried to save me. I didn't deserve to be saved, especially by you after the way I treated you. Please.
What do you want from me?
I haven't got much time. If you could just come out here, I can make it up to you.
No, you're dead. You're dead, and I may be insane to even think that I'm talking to you right now, but I can't do anything to help you.
Oh, no. I thought if only I could redeem myself, he wouldn't come.
Hello? I'm sorry for running away the other night. I didn't want to go home, and you were making me go, and that made me mad. My grandma said I should apologize and say I feel bad for running away.
What did your grandma say about playing in my cottage?
Oh, I didn't tell her about that, so she didn't say nothing about it. She's really old and stuff.
Well, maybe you should tell your mommy.
Oh, I won't have one of those. She went away with Daddy.
When are they coming back?
Oh, they won't. They're asleep now and forever.
I'm sorry about that.
But I'm awake.
Thank you for apologizing.
Does that mean I can play in the cottage again?
Only if I'm there, and if you ask me first.
You're not much fun. I should go now.
Excuse me? I was looking for a book in the children's section, but I couldn't seem to find it. Could you help me?
What book are you looking for?
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
Thank you.
Is there some problem?
That little girl is staring at me.
What little girl?
I guess she left.
Good thing. We wouldn't want her to stare at you anymore.
Okay. I know what you are and what you aren't. Now tell me what's going on.
You're grown up. You can count to 13.
Enough. One more warning and I'll have to ask you both to leave.
I'm leaving now anyway. Goodbye.
See you next time. Say hello to Grandma and Grandpa for me.
That's the little girl that was in the kids section earlier.
She wasn't in the children's section.
I'm sorry, I guess she's just kidding around. You know, hide and seek kind of thing.
You have my sympathy.
You're grown up. You can count to 13.
13 what? That's where the first person disappeared in the lake in 1928. And it's where I saw the fisherman who I found dead in the water last night.
Yes, and this means...
Nothing. Yet. And over there is where I saw the family drown in the boat accident. Come on, we're just getting started. These are all the places where people have drowned and then disappeared every 13 years since the lake was first created.
So wait a minute. If the fisherman is this year's victim, it'll be a long time before anyone else is...
No, he's already come back looking for a new victim. That's never happened before.
So why has it happened now?
Because he's the 13th original victim.
So wouldn't that stop it?
No, it's changed it. And for the worse. I'm afraid that now they're all going to come back and take 13 new victims with them. If that's true, these are the places they'll come back to. All right, in 1967, a car with 2 people in it crashed through that old world close sign and plunged into the lake. There it is.
You mean to tell me that everybody who drowned in this lake was never found?
No, only once every 13 years. That was where the road went down to the town that's now underwater.
Really?
All right, now, here we go. A neighbor heard what sounded like a gunshot, and then saw Jake and Mary Collins here on November 13th, 1941. John was holding his wife, whose head was bloody, in his arms, and had what looked like a length of chain connecting the two of them. Then they disappeared beneath the surface and have yet to be found, despite all efforts. Look out!
What?
Run!
What?
Don't you see them?
No! What are you talking about?
Let go of them!
Becky! Look, there's nothing there, Becky. Nothing.
The lake is full of bodies. First it was the old fisherman, now the new fisherman. And then the suicide couple, and now the new couple. Every 13 years, someone disappears on the 13th day of the month.
1313. Why is that such a scary number?
I never paid much attention to it before. 13 was first considered to be an unlucky number, since Judas was the 13th guest to arrive at the Last Supper and betray Jesus.
My mom was always afraid of Friday the 13th. That was the day he was crucified.
Both the Hebrew and Greek names for Satan are multiples of the number 13. As are many other biblical references to rebellion, disintegration, corruption. Most of all, sin and its atonement. In the Old Testament, the 13th attribute of God is his power to visit the sins of the Father upon the Son. Another famous Old Testament moment occurs in the 13th verse, where God tells Noah he will destroy the earth with water.
Oh, please. Let's not throw the Bible at the problem. Look, you can pick any number and flip through the Bible, or any book for that matter, and pull meaning out of it. It's just a mathematical trick.
Fine, forget the Bible. In a deck of tarot cards, the 13th card is the death card.
Yeah. It also says the card can be interpreted as a sign of transformation or change.
The Egyptians were the first to develop a superstition about the number. They believed there were 12 steps on the ladder to eternal life and knowledge, and taking the 13th and final step meant moving beyond death into immortality.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
No, I mean, 13 for the Egyptians was associated with immortality and considered lucky. But we aren't the ancient Egyptians.
Okay. Okay, I'll play along. I'll blame the number 13. Lots of people are superstitious and afraid of the number. There's no denying that. Let's say there's plenty of reasons why they should be. But there's too many things here that just don't fit the pattern. Lots of people have drowned in this lake and been found. It's just a local urban legend.
Oh, I'd love to believe you're right. Keep talking.
What about the family boat drowning that you thought you saw right out front here? That hasn't happened yet. Or what about the strange little girl who you thought was a ghost, but who the librarian then saw?
Wait a minute, I didn't think I saw anything. I actually saw those things happen.
Maybe you did. But they didn't really happen. There are no bodies and no witnesses. I was right next to you just a bit ago out there on that lake, and I didn't see or hear a thing.
So I was hallucinating. Having delusions.
I don't want to suggest it.
No, I mean, you know what? If that's all it is, I can do something about that. I can just pop some of these and fix myself right up. I've had some, what's the word? Episodes in the past. Nothing like this, but I've got the prescription to prove to you that I'm just crazy.
I don't mean to suggest anything, Becky. But if these work, I mean, you're lucky to have something like this to solve your problems.
If you're right, then I'm the only one in danger. But if you're wrong...
What is it, Beck?
I told you you'd know I was gone.
Take the Becky. We can leave here. That's most of your problem anyway. I wish I'd have had something like this after my dad died. It's this place here and the memories of your parents. I hate this place.
Don't tell me you can't see this. I see it. I don't believe it, but I see it. Everything you said and saw. But the boat wreck couldn't happen until after the couple died. That's the original order they happened in.
I can't let the sheriff...
No, I know, it's okay. I'm not crazy after all. So go home. I'll come by later and tell you what you missed.
Dexter?
No.
Any hope?
No. But we found all the bodies.
We found another one!
There shouldn't be another one. Frank, let me borrow your light.
Ready? Okay.
That's the man I found dead off my dock the other night.
Let's go have a look at the murders you saw by the old road.
Sheriff?
Go.
We think we found 2 more bodies. One of them, I think, is the little Thompson girl who disappeared last fall.
That's what they'd all look like if they stayed in the lake long enough. Town's too small to have a morgue. Bridge on the road to the county morgue in Oaks Peak is washed out on account of all the rain we've been having this year. They can spend the night here till the coroner can get down tomorrow morning.
Well, they've all been in the water less than a week, except 2. The little girl and this one over here. There's no telling who this is, as you'll see.
No. Thanks, Doc.
Well, this one is by far the worst. The fishes had quite a fondness for the taste of this one's face. The little girl, however, is remarkably well preserved.
Well preserved? The skin practically falls off the bone.
Considering the amount of time she's been in the water, there shouldn't be anything left. I find it fascinating, actually. If we can ever get these sorted out, then the lake would be empty.
The lake has finally given up its dead.
There should be 13 new ones this year.
Should be. Well, now, Sheriff, what is she talking about?
Do what you can for the dead, Doc. I'm more interested in the living. Come on, Miss Astor. I could use a woman's touch in telling the Thompsons we found their little girl.
Thought this place was abandoned.
The Thompsons can't afford paint for the outside of their house. You rich folks who have your summer houses on the lake never see the poor people who have to live here year-round and face the winters that you flee come November.
I didn't mean anything by what I said.
Just hate what we have to tell them now.
Laura, dear, come here.
What is it?
They were twins, you know. Couldn't tell them apart, really.
Did you know they had twin girls?
I never met the girls myself, so no. But I knew there's a surviving sister. Why?
But I thought...
Why are you sad, Grandma and Grandpa?
Well, we are sad, but we're happy too, because the sheriff and this lady found your sister in the lake today.
Oh, that's no big deal.
No big deal?
Sure, I've seen her all summer. She keeps on following me around.
Has she spoken to you?
Sure, she keeps on asking me to go for a swim.
What's the hurry? I wanted to ask her more about her sister.
There'll be time for that later. I want you to take me to the site of the next drowning. Tell me what happened here.
Well, an unidentified man fell, or probably jumped, off the dam 13 years after the family drowned in the boat accident.
This would be a lonely place to die. See anything?
No. What can we do anyway? Couldn't save any of the others.
Yeah, but you were alone then. I believe you now. That's got to count for something.
I don't know. I'd almost rather be crazy than sit by and watch helplessly as this cycle continues.
It is a cycle. A natural cycle. But maybe just like this lake used to be a small little river until they dammed it up and changed nature's design for it, maybe we can break this horrible pattern, turn it into something else.
You believe that?
I've known crooked parents who've reared families of crooked kids for generation after generation, until one kid refused to be like them. All you need is one person to defy their fate.
That person has to be a remarkable person, though.
You don't have to be remarkable to be good. Or bad, for that matter. Gets windy here sometimes after dark. Might have just been a dead tree limb or a rock coming loose. Go!
Sheriff, a car's gone off into the lake where the old bridge was.
That should be the next incident. After this one.
Well, maybe we missed this one already. Okay, I'm staying here, but call Doc and have him swing by here and pick up Miss Hastor before he goes to you.
Will do.
People are over here.
People?
We pulled them from the vehicle before it sank. Would you mind taking them back to the station so I can go with the tow truck?
Of course I wouldn't mind.
We are so lucky. We could have been killed. Are the other people okay?
What other people?
Well, I saw two people on the side of the road. I swerved to miss them, and that's when I lost control.
Two people. A couple like you?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Why?
Well, I just thought... Don't worry about it, but if I were you, I wouldn't drive down that stretch of road anytime soon.
Hey! Hey, stop right there!
So they saw our,
They saw our friends, you mean to say?
yeah, but they're fine.
I thought I saw a friend here at
The dam, too. Looked just the way you said he would. Then he vanished, and I'm still here.
It doesn't fit the pattern. I mean, does that mean it's okay now? It's over?
You don't know, I
Sure as hell don't. But I think we missed the party tonight.
I'm gonna head back to town hall. Why don't you go on home?
I don't know.
Pretend you work for me. Take that as an order.
People are alive this time.
You've earned it.
Thanks, Doc.
Good night now.
Anybody home? I can't be alone tonight. I'll go to Stan's.
Rebecca, is that you? Rebecca, come back. I'm sorry I snuck in, sorry, but I didn't want to be alone tonight. You're not alone. I'm here. Oh, it's you. They say I shouldn't talk to you anymore. You're always saying what we can't do. Don't always do what they say, do you? No? Good. They talk too much anyhow. Shouldn't eat too much. Shouldn't watch too much TV. Shouldn't bounce on the furniture. They should have told me never to swim out too far. I used to wish they had, but I don't anymore. Water, water, come to me. Take me places I cannot see.
Becky, I'm glad you've come.
I just couldn't be alone tonight.
You don't have to be.
Hold us gently in your arms. Sail us gently far from harm. Lovely water, dark and deep, tell me secrets I can keep.
You sure about this?
No. But I can't go on like I'm living in some sterile, empty bubble. I can't live that way. I won't.
We're meant to be together.
What are you doing?
Sorry. Kind of had a nightmare. I was just looking around.
As you know, I just got back. Don't use this room much. Not much on cleaning.
Most guys aren't. Look, why don't we go down to town hall?
You know if I go to town
No.
hall, the sheriff's gonna be...
He won't be. I really need you there with me.
Hello. Where's everybody?
I don't know. Those bodies out there creeped us out, so we've been back here for quite a while.
The doctor's still in with the so-called extra bodies. Said he needs some quality time with them.
Seems to enjoy his work a bit too much.
You got that right.
Do you mind waiting here? I'll be right back.
Sure.
Dr. Block?
Sleep apnea. Makes me gasp and wheeze in my sleep. You probably came back here figuring you'd catch me chomping cheerily away on a sandwich with my hand stuck in this somebody's guts, didn't you?
Something like that, I suppose.
Well, it looks like your hand's been in the guts. What are you doing?
I just thought I had an idea of who this might be, if I could find a scar on the back.
Skin's gone all soft and soapy. That's what happens to 'em. Can't make much out of skin in the way of scars and such.
The scar was on the surface, but the ribs underneath might have been broken at one time.
Well, now that we could find. There it is right there. Who is this anyway?
I brought them down here to positively identify the little girl.
Well, she's right back here waiting for you.
Hello, Stan. Or whatever you are.
You can see him?
What are you talking about?
Stan, you're never around when anyone else is. Your cottage doesn't look like anyone lives in it because you aren't alive.
Well, I guess that just proves everything, doesn't it?
I checked one of the unidentified bodies here, and it has broken ribs, just like yours.
Look when you're ready, folks.
Oh, Lord, it's her.
Don't cry, Grandma. I'm not really dead.
That sounded like a scream.
Let's get out of here.
Where'd they go?
Who cares? Come on.
Stay where you are.
I don't want to. Which one of us do you like better? I can be either or both. Depends on what I want to do.
Body and soul.
I can't hurt any of you, but others will.
What are we gonna do?
That's easy. We're gonna get out of here.
What is it?
He's all wet.
I fell into some water at the dam.
I'll bet you did.
Come on, this is foolish. Let's go, Doc.
He got you. Suicide case at the dam. You were his victim.
Listen, we're all gonna be victims if we don't get out of here now.
Doc, check his pulse.
This is insane. He's just as much alive as...
As the little girl? Just do it. It'll only take a moment. Then we'll all know.
That won't be necessary.
Oh.
It's all right. It stops hurting once you're dead.
Take me instead.
I've gotten to know you, and I'd like to. But we all have someone to take. And a time to take them.
Why is all this happening?
Understanding it doesn't matter. Surviving it does. Come on.
Take the shortest route out of town that keeps you the furthest from the lake itself.
But what about you and Flora?
I wish I knew. Save yourselves. We'll stay and do what we can.
What about us?
Sorry I doubted you.
What do we do?
Take the shortest route to the lake. It's where the sheriff will go to drown Dr. Block.
Don't die. Yet.
We're too late.
No. You're not. Come on. Let's get this done. You've only got 13 minutes. Unless you die at exactly the end of the cycle, it will all continue. That's right, Rebecca. You're to be the 13th victim. Power of a number. I used to think that kind of thing was nonsense when I was alive, but now I know better. Mathematics is the universal language. Numbers control how everything lives, works, dies. Oh, you don't need to be afraid of me. Come on, Stan. No time left to play the hero. 13 months ago, the little Thompson girl drowned and disappeared in the lake. 13 weeks later, Stan here, after years of abuse, finally couldn't take it anymore and killed his father.
It was an accident.
Oh, sure, maybe. But you wanted it to happen. And felt guilty enough about it afterwards to head down to the lake, intending to kill yourself.
Maybe. But I didn't kill myself.
No, Stan. You didn't. The little girl came and led you into death. It happened right there where you first ran into Rebecca. That was the spot Stan haunted. Nobody even missed you, big guy. There was no one left to care. Not your alcoholic father. Or that whore of a mother who seduced the only good man this town's. You were a louse, Stan. Now be something different in death. Do your part and kill her. She's always been yours to kill. You kept her alive because you needed to. But now's the time.
Stay away from me!
He was lying to you. I'm here to help you.
Keep away!
Help!
Join us. Here are we all. Here are we all.
Everyone you love dies because you are meant to be one of us.
Do you think she'll do it?
Of course she will. She loved me and thinks she killed me. Too much for her to stand and live.
You'd better hope so.
Hope all you want. I know her. I was all that was keeping her alive.
Your hand is warm.
That's because I'm still alive. I was always stronger than my sister. Not even the ghosts could tell us apart. I just stayed quiet and waited until I could take you away from them.
You'll have to hold your breath. Come on. How much longer?
We've won. Now we can leave this dead lake and live and kill as we want to. Won't that be marvelous?
You're starting to show your age.
That's not right. You're quite a killer, Beck. She is the 13th victim. We failed in breaking the cycle, but it will continue. She will come back, and it will go on and on, until another 13 victims.
Will you be okay? All right, stay here. You shouldn't have killed your father.
You killed both your parents!
No, I didn't.
Do you think she'll be lonely now?
No. She's asleep and dreaming. No one's lonely when they dream.
You know, I decided to grow up after all. I want to be like you.
Anybody home? Hope not.
It's a little too late for that now, isn't it, Becky?
Too late. Too late to be crying over something you didn't do.